Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Copy Dog here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be covering the Saturday and Sunday matches from week 3. So let's just get right into it. The first match was the Paris Eternal versus the Atlanta Reign, and this one honestly surprised me. Paris just looked completely out of it. Atlanta dominated. Dufresne had that insane grab from the top of the roof, so that was pretty cool. But in the end, Atlanta took it 4-0 against Paris, and I don't know what to think. Paris, I thought they were a stronger team, and they kind of fell apart. Atlanta kind of ripped them a new one. So that was the first game of Saturday. The second game, we had the Florida Mayhem versus the Houston Outlaws. I didn't get to watch this match, but Houston won 3-1. I'm not surprised. I thought it was a close game, so that's good at least. I might rewatch it later, but Houston took the first 3 maps, and then Florida Mayhem took the 4th one, which is actually like a pattern I see. Like for most games, if it's a 3-1, most teams will lose the first 3 maps, and then they just decide to take the 4th one because why not, right? So that's a pattern here in the Overwatch League. But regardless, Florida Mayhem win that 1-3-1. The next game was the San Francisco Shock versus the Washington Justice. It was a clap for San Francisco Shock. It wasn't that close at all. So yeah, I don't know if Washington Justice is gonna win the game this stage. I'd predict they don't, and then I don't think they'll win a game next stage. Like at this point, I don't even know what team they can beat. Because like even all the bottom teams like Valiant, Mayhem, and Outlaws, they look strong in a way. So I don't know. Justice, they've got a problem. So yeah, maybe they'll be able to solve that. Then the last match of the day on Saturday was the Shanghai Dragons versus the Dallas Fuel. Dallas took the first map, and then Shanghai Dragons answered right back and took the next 2. And then game 4, Dorado, it was overtime. It got to overtime, so each team capped all 3 first points. And then Shanghai had the biggest C9 ever. It was really bad. It hurt to watch.
This overtime push right now, they're not down on ultimates. That's the biggest concern you ever have in an overtime defense is, oh, and we're just never going to be efficient. But the EMP is going to look to shut down Luffy.
Does have that. Transcendent's ready to go. EMP going to come out, and
we'll have to get a replay on that one.
Yeah, please.
Not entirely sure what happened there. Push to deal with.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Youngjin.
Oh my God. That was actually a C9.
That is a big old C9.
So Dallas Fuel were able to take that map simply because Shanghai Dragons C9'd. And if they didn't C9, I could have seen Shanghai Dragons winning this map. And then the last one, which was Nepal, Dallas Fuel took 2-0, and they won the series 3-2. So honestly, if Shanghai Dragons don't C9 right there, I see them winning that map and the series 3-1. So, but still, Dallas Fuel, they didn't choke when Shanghai C9'd. They kept at it, and they were able to win. So yeah, congrats to Dallas. Sunday, the Boston versus Toronto game. I'm not going to get into this one too much because I'm going to be making a video tomorrow about the Boston Uprising and about the LA Gladiators, which is the next match, which was versus the Spark. So basically, Toronto, they win the series 3-1. Again, Toronto took the first 3 maps. No, they took the first 2, and then Boston won Temple of Anubis, and then Toronto Defiant took the last one, which was Rialto. And then for Gladiators versus Spark, oh man, like I don't really want to talk about it that much because I'm gonna be ripping Gladiators a new one tomorrow, to say the very least. But Spark take that win 3-1. Congrats to them. They were now 3-2, and Gladiators are shockingly 1-4. But again, I'll get more into that one tomorrow. So the next game was the LA Valiant versus Guangzhou Charge, and Dividing by Zero perfectly recapped the series. I'll put the tweet on right now. It says, the Valiant setting the record time on Kings Row only to have the Charge beat it by a whole minute right after is a pretty good metaphor of their season so far. And what he means by this is LA Valiant, they are a good team. Like, they're obviously not the best. Apparently right now they're 0-5, and they can't even, theoretically, they're the only team right now that can't make stage playoffs. But wow, dude, it's like they're good, but they're just never good enough. And I don't think that they'll be good enough unless they make roster changes. Maybe I'll make a video on which teams need changes eventually. But Guangzhou, they take the series 3-1. All of the players just looked on point and focused. So I like to see that from the Charge, and they are now 3-2. Yeah, 3-2, something like that. They're sitting high in the standings, and I think Guangzhou Charge is one of those teams that I predicted would do really good, and not a lot of people expected them to do good. They were definitely underrated. So yeah, congrats to Guangzhou Charge for taking that series. Then the final map, New York versus Seoul. I think something in this series was Seoul didn't capture a single point in this map. The one map they did win, they just first full held New York, and then they were able to take a tick. I think it was the second map. So they didn't even capture the point, theoretically speaking, right? But yeah, they didn't capture a single point. New York just clapped them very hard. So yeah, Seoul is now like 15th or something like that. Not good. So yeah, that's pretty much the recap of those 2 days. I'll be making a video tomorrow talking about the Boston Uprising and the LA Gladiators, two teams that should have won those series and didn't, and I'll be explaining more in depth as to why I think they didn't win. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow my socials in the description if you want to, and I'll see you next time. Peace.